It's now my honor to introduce this year's keynote speaker, Linda Garza. Linda graduated from the Moody College with a degree in journalism in 1997. I think there's going to be a lot of cheers as we go through here. Having witnessed her father practice law and help families in the Rio Grande Valley, she decided to follow in his footsteps, earning her Doctor of Jurisprudence degree from the University of Houston in 2001. Since then, she's had a successful career in the legal field, holding multiple positions in the Webb County District Attorney's Office, including Chief Prosecutor of the Special Victims Unit. Linda credits her time as a journalism student with giving her the skills she needed to grow both personally and professionally. Journalism taught her to think critically, investigate thoroughly, and communicate with clarity, no matter who the audience was. In 2018, Linda began working as a general counsel for her family's beloved brand, Siete Foods. The brand was born out of her sister's need for gluten-free foods and her quest to continue eating one of the family's favorite foods, the tortilla. Gluten-free or not, I'm willing to bet that you've had a favorite Siete product, especially considering how much we love our tacos, our chips, and our salsa, and basically anything that's wrapped in a tortilla. When Linda began working for the family's brand, she went from reading police reports to reviewing contracts. In January, Siete Foods was acquired by PepsiCo in a $1.2 billion deal. That deserves some applause. Linda played a significant role in making that monumental acquisition happen. Everyone, please welcome to the podium, Linda Garza.
Thank you, Dean Evangelisti, faculty, staff, family, and friends. But most importantly, congratulations to the Moody graduates of 2025. I am thrilled to be here today to share this momentous occasion with you. When I was asked to be the commencement speaker, I felt truly honored. As a proud graduate of Moody College in 1997, nearly 28 years ago, being invited to address you felt deeply meaningful and like a full circle moment for me. And just as soon as I had pressed send on the email to Dean Evangelisti accepting the invitation, I remembered Allison Akel and Glenn Powell were the two previous year's commencement speakers. And suddenly that full circle moment feeling turned into full-blown panic. How could I ever measure up to the executive producer of Bridgerton or Maverick's wingman? But then I also remembered that there are powerful stories everywhere. Stories of people who show up and do the work that changes the world in Hollywood and all across America, and in my family's case, on grocery store shelves. My name is Linda Garza. I am a mother of 4, eldest sibling of the Garza family, practicing attorney for the last 23 years, a former child abuse prosecutor in Laredo, Texas, current general counsel for Siete Foods, and ever a proud UT Longhorn and Moody College graduate. And I have a story to tell. A story that began on this UT campus decades ago. Because what starts here changes the world. You've seen those words all over campus, probably thousands of times, that iconic motto. I never really gave much consideration to the meaning and thought of it as just another slogan. A good one, sure, but still, something that fades into the background as you're racing between classes or hanging around campus during a tailgate. But all that changed for me this past October. My family was on campus for the UT versus Georgia game, And just before the game began, my parents and I decided to take a stroll through the 40 acres. We happened to stroll past Jester Hall. We stopped, and my dad was quiet for a moment. He stood there, looking up at that old building, and without even realizing it, he stood directly in front of one of those signs with that iconic motto, "What starts here changes the world." And right then, I finally saw it. Not just the words on that sign, but the magnitude and the significance of those words in my life. But to help you understand exactly what I saw in that moment, I need to take you back over 50 years ago, when a young man from the border town of Laredo, Texas, packed a single duffel bag with what little he had, said goodbye to his family, boarded a Greyhound bus, and traveled 230 miles up I-35 to Jester Hall in Austin to begin his educational journey as a first-generation college student here at UT, in a city and at a school that he had never visited. If it weren't for a recruiter visiting his high school during his senior year, he probably would have never applied. And then fast forward 2 years to 1974, when a young woman from Baytown, Texas, the daughter of educators, packed up the family car and drove to UT to pursue her degree at UT. One afternoon that year, while walking down UT's Speedway with a friend, she caught sight of two young men across the street. And she thought one of them was especially handsome. But she didn't know them, and she had to hurry off to class. As fate would have it, the friend that she was with knew both of those young men, and that young woman from Baytown met the handsome young man from Laredo at a party very shortly after that very first look on Speedway. They fell in love, and I am here today, a testament to that love, and the proud eldest child of that young man and woman, my parents, Bobby and Aida Garza, who are here at the Moody Center today. They're up there. They continued to expand their family after me with Roberto, Veronica, Becky, and Miguel, completing the family of 7, Siete. And yes, all 7 of us attended the University of Texas at Austin because burnt orange burns through our veins, runs through our veins. And so, on that day in October of last year, when I saw my dad standing in front of Jester Hall, and I have a photo to prove it, where he lived his freshman year, those words became more than a motto. They were a mirror, a reflection of my existence, and a reminder of my parents' journey. Because what started here on this campus, with my parents walking down Speedway on the 40 acres, changed my world. By the time it was my turn to go to college, my dream was to be a UT Longhorn and a lawyer. And I was so excited when I found out I had been accepted into the Moody College journalism program, because my dreams were starting to come true. I learned and experienced so much at UT, but it was at Moody College that I discovered my voice and the belief that what I had to say mattered. I learned the power and importance of honest and effective communication, and that I could use my voice to make this world a better place. It's been 28 years since I walked across the stage as a graduate, and life since then has been complicated, but it's been a beautiful journey. 2 weeks into law school at the University of Houston, I found out I was pregnant. An unexpected moment that changed everything for me. I was 21 and unmarried, but made the deeply personal choice to start a family. Thankfully, with the support of my family and the foundation that Moody College gave me, I stayed in school and earned my law degree, all while raising my first child, Rebecca. And then after law school, adulthood really set in, and brought its own set of challenges, certainly different from anything I had ever experienced in the classroom. I found myself raising 4 incredible kids entirely on my own, balancing the demands of a full-time job as a child abuse prosecutor and struggling to make ends meet. At one point, I decided to run for judge in my hometown of Laredo. This experience taught me a lot about courage and what it means to take bold steps in the pursuit of change. I didn't win the race, but I still consider that campaign to be one of my biggest successes because I saw a need for positive change in my community, and I decided to try to be that change, even when the outcome was not guaranteed. I tell you this because life will inevitably present challenges and opportunities that send you down paths you never anticipated. But if you find the courage, and if you remain focused, you'll not only get through it, you will grow, you will lead, and hopefully you'll inspire others along the way. Later in life, I made the move back to Austin, and I'm so happy that I did, a new beginning to work for my family's business, which was yet another example of how what started here at the University of Texas not only changed my life, but the lives of my entire family, because eventually it helped launch Siete Foods, a company created by my sister Veronica, my brother Miguel, and my parents. For those of you who aren't familiar with Siete Foods, we are a Mexican-American food brand launched in 2014, whose mission is to bring delicious, heritage-inspired food products made with thoughtfully selected ingredients to grocery shelves, and then ultimately to your kitchen tables. Our Siete story began when my sister and co-founder Veronica was diagnosed with multiple autoimmune conditions and had to give up some of her favorite foods, like tortillas. Giving up those foods made her feel less connected to a major part of our Mexican culture because almost every dish incorporates a tortilla. And I think we'd all agree that eating tacos in a lettuce leaf pales in comparison to eating a taco with a freshly made tortilla. And so she went into the kitchen, and she's brilliant, by the way, started experimenting with alternative flours, and created an almond flour tortilla that we could all enjoy. And that later became Siete's very first product. My brother Miguel encouraged Veronica to begin sharing her tortillas beyond close family and friends and start a business. And thank goodness that he did, because what she had created was worth sharing with the world. And more importantly, it was needed. Let this story be a reminder to all of you to take that first step, no matter how daunting. And as you leave here today, remember, do not underestimate your ideas. They matter, no matter how small they may seem. With a little courage and support from your community, something small can become something truly remarkable if you only have the courage to share it with the world. 11 years later, all 5 Garza siblings and our parents, the Siete, have combined our different talents to work for the company, and every day we've been blessed to be able to live out our core values. Family first, family second, business third, and juntos es mejor, which means together is better. Over the years, we've been so honored to have families and people invite our products into their kitchens and onto their tables. Siete started in one store with one product, each tortilla made by hand by my family. And today, it's now a billion-dollar brand with over 85 products in 40,000 stores in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Thank you. Thank you. Through Siete, we've seen the positive difference that doing things together as a family can make. This is why we are committed as a family to giving back to a community that has given us so much. Whether it's through supporting nonprofit organizations or carrying forward the values passed down through generations, we've remained committed to inspiring others with our journey and honoring our roots. Most recently, that commitment came to life through co-producing the New York City Broadway musical, Real Women Have Curves, a powerful celebration of identity, womanhood, and the everyday strength of working class families. For us, Real Women Have Curves isn't just a production. It is a way for us to honor our culture. We, the Garzas, are an American family, and we are deeply proud of our Mexican heritage. Living the American dream, and grateful to all those who came before us, who worked hard and struggled so that a family that looks like mine can have a solid foundation on which to achieve success. Like my great-grandmother who journeyed to this country, crossing borders with her young child to escape domestic violence in Mexico, or my grandfather, a World War II paratrooper, who jumped out of planes behind enemy lines, fought for our country, and then had to come home and fight for his civil rights. And I owe a great deal of gratitude to my parents, who encouraged me and my siblings to dream big and sacrificed so much so that we could fulfill those dreams. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for loving us unconditionally. I love you both so much, and I hope I've made you proud. It's because of your support and example that I realized my dream of attending the University of Texas. And it's because of the strong, fearless, and driven people who came before me that I received my diploma with a mix of nerves, pride, and excitement for what was to come, as I'm sure many of you are feeling today. Graduating is not just a milestone. It's a reminder of and a testament to your hard work, all those late nights, and your determination to push through. And for many of you, it's also a testament to the community of people you've surrounded yourself with. Maybe for you, that's your best friend, your favorite professor, your parents, your siblings, uncles, aunts, or anyone who has helped you get here today. Take a moment today to celebrate your accomplishments and the people around you who have been with you along the way. You are not just graduates. You are graduates of one of the best institutions in the world, and you are the next generation of leaders and change makers in a world overflowing with information, and in a time where truth in communication has never been greater. Your voices matter more than ever. As you leave this campus and step into the next phase of your life, whether it's continuing your education, entering the workforce, starting a family, whatever it may be, embrace it with purpose and move forward with intention. Each of you has the power to inspire, to challenge, and to change lives with whatever you do next. Do not ask for permission to lead, and do not wait to speak up. Choose kindness, show empathy and compassion, embrace diversity. This world is uncertain and deeply divided, but you have the ability to connect with others, even those with whom you disagree. And that connection can bridge those divides. That connection can restore trust, and that connection can remind others of our shared humanity. While others argue and get caught up in all the noise, you will be the ones to make a difference, because you are Moody grads, and Moody grads are special. What starts here can ripple outward, and yes, it absolutely can change the world, and that change will happen in newsrooms, boardrooms, courtrooms, therapy centers, studios, community centers, and even in your own home. And someday, I look forward to when one of you will be invited back here to commencement, just like Glenn Powell, just like Allison Akel, and just like me. And when that happens, and it will, I hope you stand here and you stand tall, after your moment of full-blown panic, of course, and realize that if you are standing here, it's because you've done something that's worth saying out loud. Now go make us proud. Congratulations, class of 2025. Hook 'em horns.